I'm going to challenge you to examine some habits. Habits are those things that we do almost without thinking, and we can have good habits and bad habits. And I know all of you know that already, but I want to talk about how we address our habits, how we build habits, and how we break habits that we don't want anymore. And this is particularly important in leadership because a lot of times we get into this mindset of having the same behavior and hoping that something different happens from it. So if we want to change in our leadership, if we want to change in our team, if we want to change in the way that an initiative's going, we really need to address our habits. And so addressing habits is really important, but in order to address our habits, we need to know what habits we have. So I would really encourage you to address your habits, to think about what habits you have now. And as I mentioned in the last challenge, we all have blind spots. So you might want to ask someone else what challenges or what habits you have that aren't serving you well anymore. So we're going to talk about that today, but you should regularly check in on your habits, your traits that you might have that serve you well or don't serve you well. I have a really bad habit of drinking more coffee than water. And while you might think, oh, that's not that bad of a habit, it's really important because we behave or we think better when we have more hydration. And so it's really important to address habits that aren't serving us well. So thinking about that, what habits do you have? What leadership habits do you have that aren't serving you well? Is it reacting to someone off the cuff and not really listening to what they have to say? Is it getting into your email or social media and really not doing what you need to be doing during the day? These are all habits that can really not serve us well at all. So I want you to think about the habits that don't serve you well and then break those habits. The habits that are bad, I really would love to hear about how you're breaking those habits, you're getting them out of your life, and you're really replacing them with good habits. So in the water case, it might be drinking a whole bottle of water before my second cup of coffee. In the case of reacting to someone really quickly and not in a healthy way, it might be to walk outside away from your desk and get a new perspective before you address behavior that you're not liking in your job. So number one is to catalog your traits and habits, write those down yourself, things that you want to change about yourself, ask other people to see if there's something that they see in your habits or traits that isn't really serving you well. Obviously, you don't want to open yourself up to a ton of criticism, but you do need to address this. Next is eliminate those that don't serve you well, and then replace them with better habits. And then, of course, you review and refine them again. As you're trying to improve your leadership, this might be something that you reflect on every day or every week, and then really get clear on where you want to go and what habits will serve you well.